Good morning, Jeremy Lafferty, West Bay Energy of Florida. Today we're going to talk about net metering, and you may have heard that term before. What net metering is essentially nice sunny days. Your solar system is actually going to produce ample energy to supply all the needs of your home. Any additional energy that you generate from your solar system is actually going to be sent off to the utility grid, and you're going to receive credits for that. Usually with a full one-to-one net metering, you're going to receive the full market rate. So if you're paying 15 cents a kilowatt hour for energy, you're going to receive 15 cents a kilowatt hour for every kilowatt hour of energy, which is a unit of energy that you're sending back to the utility. Now, some utility companies are forced to offer you the full one-to-one net metering. For instance, FPL, Duke Energy, TECO, City of Tallahassee. These are all companies in Florida. And they've tried to end that because they lose money. Obviously, it's not as profitable, but our Governor DeSantis actually vetoed that. So for now, a lot of those companies have to enforce the one-to-one net metering, which is good for you. So I guess the bottom line is it could go away, which makes solar less attractive. If you watch some of my other videos, you can see that one-to-one net metering saves people $100,000, $200,000, lots of savings, and initial savings right from the start. Now, what I wanted to show you is in a non-net metering, full one-to-one net metering utility, the savings is not as substantial. You still get savings, but it's not as substantial. And unfortunately, most of the utilities out there are not one-to-one net metering. And we're seeing some of these, like GRU in Gainesville, for instance, a couple weeks ago, went from a full one-to-one net metering down to net metering, but they're only giving you the fuel credit, which is only about 20% of the retail value of what you're paying for energy. And a lot of utility companies are trying to move in that direction because it saves them money, but it's not as good for people going solar. So once again, bottom line, these programs could end, so that's why you don't want to sit on the fence and wait. You want to take advantage of the full one-to-one net metering. So, because it could go away. So here is an example of a customer that just signed up for solar. They're with Clay Electric, and you can see their energy footprint here over the past 12 months. Also, their last bill amount, $159. If you look at this here, this is typical of energy companies. Almost, probably about 2/3 of that was for energy, and the other third was just for miscellaneous charges, connection fees, power cost adjustment, taxes, etc. So you're only paying a small portion for your energy. The rest of it is fees and maintenance costs, worker salaries, all that stuff. So this is their bill here. What we've done, we've calculated their usage, which is almost 21,000 kilowatt hours per year. We grab the last bill amount here, and then we look at the last kilowatt hour charge like we do on every video. Kilowatt hours used, in the past billing cycle. Once we have that information, we plug everything into our Sonova designer, and for this system, you can see they got quite a bit of trees. Not a great roof for solar, but still makes sense over the long run. And you can see the areas that are more yellow are actually going to be more conducive to generating energy from the solar panels. These areas here that are darker, not great areas for panels. So we're able to place the panels in these locations. Based on that, because they are a non one-to-one net metering utility, they're only receiving about 20-25% credit on anything they sell back to the grid. We're trying to build the system so they're not sending any additional energy to Clay Electric. That's going to be impossible to do, but we try and limit that as much as possible. So we usually build the system around 50 to 60% offset. And what that means is if they're using 20,000 kilowatt hours a year, 50% offset would be 10,000 kilowatt hours a year. And you're really just focusing on generating energy when the sun is up. When the sun is down, you rely on the grid for your energy needs. So based on that, we actually designed a 9.02 kilowatt solar system. It's going to generate around 10,400 kilowatt hours per year. Once again, all the technology is made in the US. The panels here, 410 watt panels, Q-cell, and the Enphase IQ8 Plus microinverters. When we come down to look at the pricing, I just want to mention when they go with MySunova, they actually receive a login to view how their system's performing at all times. You can see if there are any problems with the system. If there are any issues with the system, because of the 24-hour system monitoring and remote diagnosis, Sunova will actually inform you if there's a problem with your system. And then there's zero out-of-pocket costs for all system components in this program, and the maintenance costs are all covered. All right. This is a 25-year warranty, like all the other systems. And you can see that they have moved forward on this. Their payment, based on the system size, is $137 per month. Now, when we look at the analysis, you can see initially we calculated 20,920 kilowatt hours per year. Their last bill amount was $159. The last bill kilowatt hour usage was 1,203. That gives them an average bill per month of $230.42. When we plug that in, you can see that we're actually using a factor of 0.5%, 50% offset for what their average bill would be, which gives us $115.26 is 50% of their average bill. And then their new solar payment is $137. Now you can see initially they are paying around $22 more per month, which doesn't sound great, but if you think about it, the whole system is installed, no money out of pocket, permitting, installation, engineering, everything, for $21 a month, which is not bad. But because of inflation and the fact that the lease itself only has a small escalator for the company to cover the insurance, maintenance, warranty, everything else, this escalator is yearly. But this company, Clay Electric, actually increased their rates 10% this year. So you can see that 7.5% is actually a more conservative number that we use. However, with that said, by year 5, they start breaking even, and then by year 10, you can see that the savings starts adding up. And the projected spend over the 25-year period, if they didn't do anything, $94,000 with solar, we know that they're going to be paying exactly $59,158. So after 25 years, they're going to have about $35,000 in savings, annual savings around $1,400 per year. So as you can see, even though it's not ideal because they don't have one-to-one net metering, they're still able to see cost savings. And that's the key thing, is that inflation will continue on these, especially with the move away from coal, natural gas to renewable energies because of the Inflation Reduction Act and other mandates. They're putting those costs back on the end consumer, and that's going to cause prices to keep going up every year. We could have also designed the system to include batteries, and the batteries would actually allow them to create a system that's almost like a one-to-one net metering, meaning that they're really not going to be pulling any energy from the grid, but the batteries themselves are rather expensive. So that's why a lot of people will just go with the 50 or 60% offset. In these non-one-to-one net metering setups, they're still going to be paying 50% to the utility and experiencing that inflation, but the other 50 or 60%, as you can see, is limited to that 2.9% escalator. Now, if you're interested in more information on this, you can visit us at westbayenergyfl.com if you'd like a free solar design and cost analysis done for your home. You can fill out this form here, or you can call us at 904-314-1444. And once again, never too late to act. It's actually better to move forward quicker because there's a lot of changes in the solar industry. Funding is running out, and we also have changes to net metering programs. So the sooner you act, the better, because the advantages may be gone tomorrow. All right. Anyway, have a good day, and appreciate it.